Okay, student. So there you can look a problem. You can look this. If fx is equal to x to the power 1 by 3 when my x belongs to minus 1 to 0, or fx is equal to minus x to the power 1 by 3 when x ranges between 0 to 1. So there is also equal to less than equal to and also less than two inequality signs. Now then there are four options available. So which is the right answer? Now I have solved this question with this. Hold on. Now look this answer. So the given function is fx x to the power 1 by 3 when x belongs to less than equal to greater than equal to minus 1 and less than equal to 0, and minus x to the power 1 by 3 when x greater than 0 and less than equal to 1. So first we want to know this is continuous or not. So left hand limit of this, if you solve, you will get 0, and right hand of the limit, if we put the values, then we will get again 0, and f0 also 0. So this is continuous. It is clear that this is continuous. Now look, this is differentiable or not. So left hand first derivative at the point 0, you will get infinity in the value if we solve this. Okay? You can look this will get 1 by x to the power 2 by 3 2 by 3 and 1 by 0. So this will be infinity, and right hand side of the first derivative at the point 0 will be also infinity. So both are unequal. So differential cannot be possible, means differentiation is not does not exist. So if also in the option there is given that this satisfies the Rolle's theorem or not between the point and 1. So here if we find out f1, then it will be minus 1, and f to the power minus 1 at the limiting point, it will be 1. So in Rolle's theorem, this is necessary that at that limiting point, the value of the function must be equal. So this is not equal. So Rolle's theorem is not also applicable. So again, look this question. Even the first derivative of 0 is equal to 0. So first derivative is not does not exist. So this is not the option. F is not continuous. We have found that f is continuous. So this will be not the option. Rolle's theorem is not applicable between 1 to 1. This is correct because we have found out that at the limiting point, the function value does not exist, does not equal. So Rolle's theorem is not applicable, and Rolle's theorem applicable between minus 1 to 1. No, Rolle's theorem does not is not applicable between minus 1 to 1. So C is the right answer. Now you look the another problem. Fx is equal to sine of mod of kx for all x belongs to real numbers. So there are also four options given. First look the answer. Here fx is equal to sine of mod of kx for all x belongs to real numbers. So I have drawn a graph here taking k is equal to 2, and at the point pi by 4 it will be 1, at pi by 2 it will be 0, minus pi by 4 it will be again since this is modulus sign, this will be 1, and at minus pi by 2 it will be 0, and if we go to 3 pi by 4 it will be again minus 1, because at the third quadrant this is negative. And also if, at the point minus 3 pi by 4 it will be again minus 1. It since it is modulus sign, and the value will be in third quadrant, 3 pi by 4. So n minus 1. So this is, you can look, this is a continuous function in this way. So it is continuous. We can verify in another way also. Fx is equal to sine of kx for all kx greater than equal to 0. K can be any value, any scalar quantity, and x is the variable greater than equal to 0, and minus sine kx when kx less than 0. K is scalar and x variable less than 0. So left hand limit at the point 0 of the function, uh, easily you can look this will be 0, and right hand limit also will be 0. Right hand will be 0, left hand will be 0, and f0 is also 0. So this is continuous. In this way you also can find out that this is continuous, and in graph method you can also find out that uh, this is continuous. Now it is differentiable or not. So left hand limit or the first derivative at the point 0 equal, look this, if we solve this we have to take k. So minus k will be, we will find out minus k, the left hand limit of the first derivative at the point 0, and right hand derivative at the right hand limit point 0 will get plus k. So you can look this differentiation, left hand and right hand does is not equal. Just we find out that this function is continuous. Now go to the options. The options are given. If is continuous nowhere, no, we have found out that f is continuous. A option cannot be possible. F is continuous and differential everywhere except at integral values of k. Integral values here it is mentioned, but since we have found out that for k minus k and k, so integral value or uh, fractional values, this is not this, for fractional values this is also not equal. So for fractional values different possible. C option, f is continuous and differential everywhere. Continuous but not differentiable. This option cannot be possible. F is continuous but not nowhere differentiable. This is true because f is continuous and nowhere differentiable. Because for the value k, k is in k cannot be equal at any point except 0, and at the point 0 this function cannot be defined. Then there is no question about the about this effort. So if we not do not consider the point 0, then for fractional values or integral values it cannot be, differences cannot be possible. So this option is true. F is continuous and nowhere differentiable. Now you can look the another question. If limit f of a plus h minus f of a minus h by h is equal to, there are four options given. So which option is true? Now let's see. Here we can do this in this way. We can rearrange it in this way. If a plus h, we have taken minus f a, and is rearrange again in this way, minus f a minus h minus f a by h. So we can write in this way, dividing two parts, and here taking negative of h tending to 0, so minus h tending again 0, and this minus I have taken below. So this will be again the derivative of a, uh, first derivative of the function fx at the point a, and this is also the first derivative of the function of fx at the point a. So both will be, if we add, then this will be 2 of first derivative at the point a of the function. So the option, this will be true. 2 of first derivative of the point at the point a of the function. Now we'll get another question. You can look this. Let mod of fx minus fy less than x minus y whole square for all real x and y. So here also given f is constant, f is decreasing, f is increasing, f is neither increasing nor decreasing. So four options given. Now again look the answer. Here uh, belonging to real numbers. So we can write that mod of fx, we let that y is equal to x plus h, y is equal to x plus h. So mod of fx minus fx plus h less than equal to h square. You can write down mod of h square. Both are equal. So at the at is because of the square, we can write down h square is equal to mod of h square. So if we take one mod of h below here as a denominator, then this will be in this way, and here we will get mod of h actually. So mod of h actually is epsilon. This will be epsilon. Mod of h here will be, there will be mod of h. So if h is very small, if h tending to 0 positively or negatively, then this will be first derivative of x which is equal to 0, because this is tending to 0, its limiting value will be 0. This is the first derivative, this is the form of first derivative of fx at the point, at any point. So we know that first derivative of any function if is 0, then the function must be constant. So this is the right answer, right option. So f is constant. This is the right option. F is constant. Now we'll go another problem. This is a question. The maximum value of 1 by x to the power x, where x greater than 0 is, four option given: exponential, e, or exponential root over exponential, 1 by exponential, or exponential to the power 1 by exponential. I have done this in this way. So look this. Not this way. I could not do in this way. I have done in another way. Look this. Let fx is equal to 1 by x to the power x is equal to y. So taking logarithm on both sides, log y will be x log of 1 by x. Differentiating 1 by y, first derivative of fx, this will be x minus 1 by x square log of 1 by x. It's simple calculation, minus 1 log of 1 by x. So here we know that given that x greater than 0, if x greater than 0, this must be greater than 0. This must be greater than 0. So y cannot be equal to 0. This greater than g. This is greater than 0. So this this must be equal to 0, because for maximum or minimum we know that first derivative must be equal to 0. So first derivative if equal to 0, this is not equal to 0, so this must be equal to 0. So if we put this is equal to 0, we will get x to the power 1 by exponential. Now we will verify that at this point the value of the function y or fx is maximum or minimum. So I have taken second derivative on the first derivative. This is the first derivative. This is the first derivative. So I have taken second derivative on this first derivative. We will get in this way. So at the maximum minima, first derivative must be equal to 0. So I put in a 0, and the rest to 1 we will get minus y by x. So if we put the value of y, and this is 1 by x to the power x, so this we will get 1 by minus 1 by x to the power x plus 1. So since x greater than 0, so this value must be positive, but there is negative, so this must be negative. So second derivative is negative, means at this point there is a maximum value. So we have to find out the maximum value. So the maximum value will be, the maximum value we will put x at the place of x, 1 by exponential. So 1 by exponential, if we put here, this will be exponential, 1 by exponential. So this is the maximum value. So you can look this. This is the right answer. I hope you like this video. If you like, then share with your friends. Thank you.